Hello guys, welcome to autolatestcars.com or RO Romania. Today we are driving the new Peugeot 408, the new, actually the best Peugeot car you could buy in Europe. This car is not available in Asia, is not available in USA, is not available on different markets where Peugeot brand it's on, because this car is made only for Europe. Also, it has a brother, it's called Citroen C5X, which is made only in China but exported in EU. The key is the car it's shutting off and starting because the key it's besides me. It's the old key. It's a decent key, not big, not heavy, decent. So the new Peugeot 408, it's still in 2024 one of the best cars you could buy from Peugeot cars, because from Stellantis Europe. You know why? Because this car is not an SUV. This car is big, and this car it looks very good. It looks like a lot of guys told me this car looks like a Lamborghini Urus. The back side of it's quite beautiful. But you have to remember that this car it's sold for, I don't know, almost 2 years in Europe. The sales are not so great because everybody is going and buys the new Peugeot 3008. Yes, the ground clearance is quite big. So this car it's a crossover, it's an SUV, and it's a sedan. So this, from my point of view, this is the best combination of a new car you could buy in 2024. So this is the design. The most beautiful part of the new Peugeot 408, it's in the back. The stop lights are beautiful. We have also in Romania we have some nice butterflies. LED lights. This is the LED lights. This is the entry level Allure. This is standard. You receive LED lights, 18-inch alloy wheels. This is the 19-inch optional alloy wheels. I definitely don't recommend to buy these wheels because they are too big. They are a primacy Michelin 205 55 R919. It's a good tire, but I think the suspension is quite noisy on the bumpy road. So go with the standard tires. Of course, you definitely you have to remember that the optic of the car will going to change because the 19-inch alloy wheels, these ones, do look much better on this car. The front side of the Peugeot 408, it's beautiful. The fangs LED running lights. Let's start it. They are beautiful. This is standard LED light. The headlight standard. The fangs are beautiful. The color is beautiful. You have an optional media pack. I don't know, with 1,000 euros you will receive a new multimedia system, all-around view monitor with four cameras. Everything is quite nice. So the car looks good. The design line is beautiful. You could see it here when it climbs on the ABC's pillar. The optic of the car is beautiful. This is the French guys are laughing. They told me they are like cat ears. These two design things, but the latch of this system is put here, not on the car, to offer you more space in the back. You could definitely see it like a crossover, not or SUV, because the bumper is in black plastic, which is good. A lot of good trims, black plastic trims to protect the paint, and the ground clearance, as I told you, it's quite big for a car like this. So this is a crossover, shooting brake, SUV, sedan wannabe car. So it's the best in the four worlds. It's quite not expensive, as you could see it. If you look at this car in the traffic, you'll see, okay, it looks like a Lamborghini. Definitely it's like 50,000 euros or 60,000 euros, like on a Renault Rafale. Renault Rafale being an SUV with the look of the Peugeot 408, but Renault Rafale in hybrid version, like 300 horsepower, could pass 60,000 euros, and that's a Renault. This is a Peugeot. This is a better brand from my point of view, and also from the French point of view. Stellantis makes much better cars than Renault, and the 408 doesn't have any competition because Renault actually sacked the Talisman. They don't have any big Renault cars. Espace is not you couldn't put Espace in this range. Opel doesn't have anymore the Insignia. Ford doesn't have anymore the Mondeo. VW just entered the Passat estate, which is okay, which is the return of the normal cars for normal people. So the Peugeot 408, it's actually the best looking sedan crossover SUV car in this segment. And if you don't believe me, you have to keep in mind that this car has a length of 4.7 meters, almost 4.7 meters. So 4.7 meters for a car, for a crossover, it's very big. This car has the length of a BMW 5 Series from the 2000s, and you have to remember that. Okay, now we open the hood and tell you more about the engine. Okay, we open the engine and the bonnet, and definitely the first thing you'll see, it's a 408, which is okay. You don't have to mistake the car. The engine, it's an 1.2 liter 3-cylinder inline, the new version. So if you want to a lot of guys ask me, the Romanian guys ask me, why it's the old engine with a lot of problems. No, it's the new engine with less problems, because the Stellantis made some very big modification on this engine, and there are two versions. This is the 1.2 PureTech 130 horsepower with timing belt, not timing chain, and it's also on this range a new hybrid engine, 408 hybrid, simple hybrid with the same engine but with the timing chain and 136 horsepower. The difference between this engine and that one, because this has a automatic gearbox made by Aisin with a torque converter, the best transversal automatic gearbox in the world from my point of view. This gearbox was mounted on all Volvos, Minis and BMW 2 Series and 1 Series. It's the best gearbox you could buy for a small engine, yes. And if you want to know if you want to figure it out, what type of engine do I have, a timing belt, a timing chain, you have to look at this oil cap. You open it when the engine it's not warm, yes. You open it and you could see the belt. So if you have an timing belt with the timing chain belt, yes, timing chain, this thing is going to be mounted here, not in the corner. If you have an timing belt like this one, the oil cap is put directly on the timing belt, because you have to see it. You have to see it. The service intervals are different from 2 years ago. They are like 20,000 kilometers or 1 year. Stellantis figure it out that if you call the cars in the service at 2 years, is not going to be good for you for the maintenance of the engine. So the engine is revised, 130 horsepower. That means this car weighs with a weight of 1.5 tons could go 0-100 in 10 seconds, a maximum speed of 210 kilometers an hour. The best gearbox on the market, yes. Renault and a lot of Stellantis don't have Stellantis, and not only Stellantis, Toyota doesn't have anymore an automatic with torque converter. This is a torque converter 8 speeds. If you go with 130 kilometers an hour, the RPM is like 2000 RPM, and the fuel consumption is like 6 liters per 100 kilometers an hour. And don't forget, this is a petrol engine, not a diesel engine. If you want a more sporty version, you could buy the hybrid version with the double clutch and electrified double clutch punchy gearbox. But that car, I think it's more expensive, not so much, but more expensive. And if you really want to go very fast and you would like to have a 408 with decent and also sporty performances, go for a plug-in hybrid, which has the 1.6 turbo engine, 180 horsepower, and this gearbox with a 100 horsepower electric engine integrated, but also a 14 kilowatt-hour battery. So this car, it's in 2024 one of the best cars you could buy for around 30,000 euros. This car it's borrowed from our partner in Romania, Eurial Pantelimon. It's it's the biggest Stellantis dealership in East Europe. The car is beautiful. This is the Allure. I told you this is a standard range car. And for more details, let's go inside and talk about the quality and why the 408 it's a very good car to buy compared with the SUV. Okay, we are inside the driving place. It's very different compared with an SUV. First of all, let me show you the fuel consumption. So this is 430 kilometers range with 3/4 of the tank. In the last 15 kilometers, 7.6 liter, and in the last 181 kilometers in city driving, 8.5. Of course, this is not a sport car, but it's a decent one. The driving position is low, the ground clearance of the car is high, so it's a very nice compromise compared with an SUV, but also with a sedan, a normal sedan. So you could go on a speed bumps more with a bigger speed, and actually you could go outside the asphalt with this car with no problem with that ground clearance. Inside the iCockpit is the same, and for 2024 year model, you have the iToggle with there a lot, I don't know, there are 5 LCDs, 6 LCDs with shortcuts for the multimedia. Compared with the Citroen C5X, you don't have the climate control with manual buttons, but everything it's on that LCD. The build quality is quite good. This is soft. This is soft, and this is standard. Remember, this is the standard version. This is the technical details of this car. It's borrowed, I told you, from Eurial Invest, which is the biggest Romanian dealership. This is a Peugeot 408 Allure, 1.2 PureTech. Turbo SS, 140 horsepower, AT8. That means the torque converter gearbox from Aisin. The inside, this is the standard. The car doesn't have leather seats, but it's better. This Alcantara seats with the textile, it's more beautiful. 2 cup holders are hidden down there. This car doesn't have an wireless charging. That's an option, you could put it here. A lot of spaces. The gearbox have 3 sports model, eco, normal, and sport. Every time you'll drive in normal mode, the engine is too small. The iCockpit with this small steering wheel is decent. The heated windshield, everything is quite nice. The mirrors are in a decent size. Everything is okay. Remember, this car it's made to go a lot of kilometers outside the town, so you could go with 140 kilometers an hour depending on the road and the limit, legal limit, with the small small fuel consumption, and inside is quite silent. So it's a very premium car from Peugeot, but with 30,000 euros, not so premium price. So if you like the new Peugeot 3008 or I don't know, Citroen C5X, please go and make a test drive with this 408, and everything will change, because this car is bigger, more spacious, I think more comfortable compared with the 2008, and I think it's cheaper. So if you want to actually a compromise between the plug-in version and this standard version, you definitely have to go in a hybrid, entry-level hybrid engine, which is 136 horsepower and actually could run 50% of the time in electric mode. So it's quite nice in town. But if you are doing a lot of highway driving, you definitely have to go with this one, because it has 8-speed gearbox, and it's more comfortable, and the fuel consumption actually on the highway it's smaller on this version, normal version, with the 130 horsepower compared with the 136, because the RPM is like 2000 or 1800 kilometers an hour RPM at 130 kilometers an hour. Thank you.